Welcome to a new episode of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today, and we have another pile of news articles to go through, some of which isn't exactly good, but
I'm afraid I've got some bad news!
Hey, we're going to go through them. Like usual, we go through them and give you my opinion on them. But hey, I'm trying to share the news. That's what I do. Images and rough footage of a very unique Mario Wii game has surfaced. The game was in development at Next Level Games, the company that made the soccer games Super Mario Strikers and Super Mario Strikers Charged, as well as the most recent Luigi Mansion Dark Moon. The game was originally conceived as a volleyball game, but gradually added Gonzo wrestling combat to the mix. It's an interesting what might have been story. We encourage to read the full story at Unseen64. So I'm reading this little article. The game was going to be called Super Mario Spikers. It was, like the article said, a wrestling volleyball hybrid, but it was going to be in a game show type of, theme. But most of the images show, different working titles, different images of Mario dressed in gear. They even have one logo showing Mario Volleyball instead. But I would be curious to see how this would have turned out if they actually brought it to light. If they actually brought it out. I mean, they have more than enough Nintendo characters to bring into this. Obviously, the soccer Mario games did really well. Showing stuff like that proves that this kind of a game could have been possible. There will be Sonic the Hedgehog armor for felines in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, as well as a guild card based on Green Hill Zone. Felines also can be equipped with Sonic's sword Caliburn, which debuted in Sonic and the Black Knight. Capcom unveiled that these Sonic crossover additions to Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate will be in the North American and European releases of the action-adventure title when it launches early next year. So this looks like another one of those crossovers that they're having exclusive for this game. I mean, the other previous one that was announced was, I think, Legend of Zelda Link costume and weapons. That's going to be in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. So this is going to be, I guess, some kind of pet costume, along with a sword that was used from the Sonic and the Black Knight, along with the Green Hill Zone. See, for me, it's always nice to see some of these crossovers happening in other games when it's possible. Sega revealed that Sonic Boom Rise of the Lyric will now come out November 11th, 1 week earlier than previously announced. Moving up the release date, Sonic Boom Rise of the Lyric will launch alongside Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal, the 3DS entry in Sonic's shocking reinvention. Big Red Button is behind the Wii U game, while Sly Cooper Thieves in Time developer Sanzaru Games is creating the handheld version. Sonic Boom is the start of a new branch of the franchise that spans the Wii U and 3DS games, a TV show, comics, and even toys. Now, when I first saw the images of these new characters with this reinvention called Sonic Boom, I saw Sonic characters with scarves and Sonic characters that didn't quite look normal for the Sonic franchise. So I was immediately turned off. I kind of still am, considering that all these Sonic characters look like they're about aviation and stuff like that, so it's like, no. If they want to release the Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric up a week to launch it with the Wii U game that's coming out with the Sonic Boom name in it, sure, go ahead. You know, as long as it doesn't ruin their chance of trying to make sure that the game is fully complete, or at least as close to complete as they're going to be able to. If you're looking to catch up on old Final Fantasy games, then the PC might be your best tool. Final Fantasy IV is the latest in the Square Enix popular RPG series to head over to the PC via Steam. Steam has already amassed a nice collection of Final Fantasy titles, but now it can add Final Fantasy IV to that list. First released for the Super Nintendo in 1991, Final Fantasy IV was the first game in the series to feature the innovative active time battle system. The game was actually released in the US as Final Fantasy II, but in 2007, it was remade for the DS with voiced cutscenes and 3D graphics. The DS version is the one that PC players can now access via Steam. Fans looking for a classic Japanese RPG with a modern skin should check out Final Fantasy IV, which is out now for PC for $15.99. So for some reason, Steam is going to be using the version of Final Fantasy IV that was from the DS. Wasn't there a PSP version? I thought there was like a PSP Final Fantasy IV Complete Edition. But it's good to see some of these older Final Fantasy games being able to be played on PC via Steam so that some of the new generation of gamers can give them a shot. Some of these older Final Fantasy games were great games to play. And I know over there at Reploid Productions, they're doing some, well, they kind of still are doing the Legacy series on Final Fantasy games. So if I'm able to find it, I might put down the link for their little blog for Final Fantasy IV so you can actually have another opinion on Final Fantasy IV. But I might save this and bring it up with them when I do another episode of Action Video Game Talk with them. Square Enix has announced that Final Fantasy XIII, Final Fantasy XIII-2, and Lightning Returns Final Fantasy are coming to PC. The first in the series will be out next month, and the Steam page for the game is live now. Originally released in 2010, Final Fantasy XIII was the best reviewed game of the three. Square Enix plans to release all three by spring 2015. The PC release will feature Steam trading cards and will also be available from Square Enix's online storefront. The game is priced at $15.99, but Steam pre-orders are discounted by 10%. Now, I like the little image that was used for this, asking, "Are you serious?" I have tried first Final Fantasy XIII and the Lightning Returns demo that they released. I hate this trilogy. I don't understand why they want to focus on this trilogy more than doing what they should have been doing in the first place by listening to the fans and releasing Final Fantasy VII HD Remake or whatever. Do that whole collection thing that I've said numerous times in the past. Instead of focusing and listening to the fans about real games that actually matter, they instead go and do these other projects that nobody asked for or wanted in the first place. But I'm sure there's going to be some people out there who enjoy the Final Fantasy XIII games, so it's like, go you. So, yeah, they are going to bring this to PC by way of, I guess, only Steam, because nothing on this article said something about an actual physical trilogy, which I am personally thankful for. So, yeah, all three of the games will be available by spring of 2015. And it's going to only cost $15.99 for the first game. You can actually buy Final Fantasy XIII for a lot cheaper on the home systems. 2K Sports hasn't had a hockey game since NHL 2K11, but Visual Concepts and Virtuos Games are lacing up once again for NHL 2K on iOS and Android. The game comes out in the fall for $7.99 and features a career mode, 3-on-3 mini rink game, multiplayer, the Winter Classic, a shootout, and more. Roster updates will also be available. This really sounds nice, especially for hockey fans. It shows right here the last 2K Sports hockey game was NHL 2K11. And this right here, like I said, it looks nice, especially the image that they showed is the usual top-down view. So it's going to look similar to some of the old hockey games. The only thing missing is like one of those little stars on the character that you're controlling so that you actually know which one is yours and which one isn't. Yeah, but yeah, I'm liking the way that this sounds. I'm liking the features that they're including here. Career mode, 3-on-3 mini rink game, multiplayer, the Winter Classic, which I'm guessing might be some kind of a tournament mode. So this might be a good pickup for hockey fans who actually have like an iDevice or an Android cell phone that has some actual good technology in it to be able to play this game. Microsoft has announced the $2.5 billion acquisition of Minecraft developer Mojang, while the Xbox team put to rest concerns about the game's disappearing from other platforms. Some players wondered about the fate of the PlayStation 4 retail release. Sony's put those fears to rest with the release date for the disc-based version of the game. You'll be able to head to retail on October 7th to get your copy. The digital version is available now if you find yourself in desperate need of new generation blockiness. As for those hoping to play on the go, more news on the Vita version will be along shortly. Okay, so it is good to hear that they are still releasing a retail copy of the PlayStation 4 Minecraft game for PlayStation 4. Now the question is what's going to happen with the Vita version, if it's going to still be good to go or not. Especially considering that Microsoft owns Mojang and Minecraft now. I would guess that it might still be okay to go. 2K Games has revealed a new technology that will enable NBA 2K15 players to scan their faces into the game. The in-game technology is available in the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions. Players will be able to scan their faces in using the Kinect or PlayStation 4 camera, which can then be put on their player in-game so that they can play alongside basketball greats in both career and multiplayer game modes. 2K has released 2 videos to demonstrate the face scanning feature. The first is an instructional demo on how the tech works. The other is a more comedic take on what it takes for NBA 2K15 highlight athlete James Harden to maintain his beard in-game. The popular basketball franchise's next installment releases on October 7th for Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PC. Now this is a nice little feature if you want your character in the NBA 2K15 game to actually look like you, to actually, scan your face, which can only be done, as it says right here, with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions, as long as you have a Kinect or PlayStation 4 camera. So obviously this isn't going to be a feature that's in the 360 or PlayStation 3, or it might be in the PC version. They might have a way to do it with like a normal PC camera. But one thing I'm wondering is if they'll try to do this with other 2K games, like maybe WWE 2K15? I mean, they could try. I know I've heard of one other video game that's tried this before. I think it was like a Tony Hawk game where people can send in like a face picture and it can actually be made into the video game. But I know I've heard of this in a few other games, I just can't quite remember where. If you can, go and put down in the comments if you actually know what ones it is, or if you remember which ones it is, besides from Tony Hawk. Gamers have been waiting to play Final Fantasy XV for a long time, but a chance to sample the gameplay is coming soon. A downloadable demo for the next numbered Final Fantasy will be available in 2015, and lets players see some opening sections of the game in action. Square Enix is calling the demo episode Dusos, and though it focuses on early parts of the game, some elements of the progression have been altered in order to make it more suitable for a demo experience. Some players will be able to get the demo for free thanks to a voucher included with Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, which releases on March 17th in North America. A representative from Square Enix could not confirm that the demo will be available the exact same day as Type 0 HD, but it will be coming on both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One when it does release. With all the video teasers and trailers that they've been showing for Final Fantasy XV, a lot of people have been wanting to give this a shot, and in a way they'll be able to, because there is a demo coming out, but free demo vouchers will be included with Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. So here in North America, you'll have to get that to get, I guess, a voucher to get the demo. But other than that, I think that they would actually want to go ahead and put the demo up for free on the PlayStation 4 store, the PSN store, or Microsoft Marketplace, just to let people try it out. I mean, I don't see why they should have to charge people for this demo. The Metal Gear Collection 2014 that Kojima recently hinted at has turned out to be a clothing line. At the end of the Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain staged demonstration at the Tokyo Game Show, Konami introduced the collection, then ushered in a series of models decked out in Metal Gear-inspired clothing. The clothing line, which extends to shoes and accessories, is for both men and women. As you might guess, it's heavily camo-focused, and the Foxhound logo is used extensively. A white PlayStation 4 Metal Gear Solid 5 edition, a new Snake figure, an iDroid phone case, and a posable replica of Snake's prosthetic was also shown off. Frickin' Kojima. What is wrong with you? This was supposed to be a Metal Gear collection. A Metal Gear collection means a collection of games. But no. No, he wanted to insult the gamer's intelligence and revealed a clothing line. That's right, Konami and Kojima. Piss off your fans. See what happens when you release the Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain game after doing this crap. A change in Fox's release schedule means it's unlikely that we'll see the Assassin's Creed movie adaptation anytime soon. According to Ain't It Cool News, Fox has pushed the Assassin's Creed movie, which is slated to star Michael Fassbender, back indefinitely. It has been slated for an August 2015. This is apparently due to concerns on the film's production schedule and the fact that the new Fantastic Four film has been moved to the August 2015 release slot for Fox. Yes, it seems like this episode has a lot of disappointments going on. This Assassin's Creed movie was something a lot of people were looking forward to. So one thing Fox doesn't realize is that a lot more people would be interested in the Assassin's Creed movie than their version of a Fantastic Four film with little teenagers playing roles veteran actors should be in. Square Enix announced a new subsidiary specializing in cloud gaming. The business is named Shinra Technologies after the corporation from Final Fantasy VII, and will be headed by former Square Enix CEO Yachi Yada. Shinran is in conversations with developers to make use of its services. No specifics have yet been offered. It's unclear so far what sets Shinra apart from other cloud gaming options like OnLive and PlayStation Now. The service is scheduled to go into technical beta in early 2015 in Japan. North America will get its turn later in the year. This episode has been filled with lots of disappointment. First, Kojima does the whole Metal Gear collection is actually a clothing line, to the Assassin's Creed movie being pushed back, and now we got Shinra Technologies is a cloud gaming service. Instead of Square Enix coming out and saying, we are making a Final Fantasy VII HD remastering, or whatever. No. Instead, they want to do some crap like this. Which, they keep doing crap that nobody wants. Crap that nobody asked for. So, yeah, Square Enix, we got a huge middle finger for you. Yeah. The Rock Band Network, which allowed players to create and sell songs for Rock Band, will no longer receive technical support from Harmonix. Harmonix manager of community development Aaron Trilogy said in the announcement that the Rock Band Network has been plagued with technical issues since Harmonix stopped releasing weekly DLC in April 2013. Some of those problems were server-side here at Harmonix, while others were entirely outside of our control, he said. At this point, with Harmonix resources devoted to several other titles in development, we're no longer able to operate RBN with the kind of consistency that it deserves. As a result, we will no longer be taking any submissions or releasing new content through RBN. Though Harmonix won't add any new content to the Rock Band network, it isn't shutting down completely. Players can still purchase previously released songs. Additionally, Harmonix CEO said at PAX East that Harmonix still has grand plans for bringing Rock Band to the new generation of consoles. This is really sad for people who still play the Rock Band games and want to try and create new songs with it. However, it's not fully being taken down. As it says right here, it'll still be up, it's just that they won't be adding new content to it. Or at least right now, because they said that they do want to bring it to the new generation of consoles. That might be why this network is still up. So, that'll do for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, thanks for staying along with the episode, watching through it, listening to it. Like usual, I will put down a link below for the Facebook page if you want to go check that out. There was a few articles covering some Final Fantasy games, so I might go and post a link down below for the guys at Reploid Productions, because they're doing a Legacy series for the Final Fantasy games. Also, I will be posting the separate clips later on if you want to check those out. So until next time, bye!